Here we go, second week. Let's manage it pretty much the same way. We'll keep the same 3 exercises and repeat them the same way within that 6-minute time span. So 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, all 3 exercises. Then just recycle those same exercises 3 times. All right, after that, then we'll split up with a lap warm-up. Excuse me, we're gonna do that in our warm-up. We'll do a lap in between, little intermission, our lap, and either the reverse lunge with a touch and reach, or the lateral lunge, same way with a touch or reach, like a windmill type thing. And so speaking of that, so let me back up. So our warm-up will consist of that. We'll start off when we arrive with a warm-up lap, parking lot around the vehicles, our old school traditional way of using that little loop or creating a loop to warm up. So you kind of run it along this the side island where the light pole or lamp pole is, kind of creating a circle all the way around from the entrance way. I'm not sure how you guys actually do it, cutting across the entrance way to where the other curb is, and following that curb all the way around, kind of drawing a circle that way. So staying close to the curbs is, I guess, more specificity of where I'm envisioning that lap to occur or to look like. All right, so after that lap, you'll come back and then you'll do the lateral lunge, windmill, kind of dynamic warm-up thing for the amount of reps that we were doing. I think we were doing up to 30 reps, I could be wrong, up to 30 reps or so, just counting consecutive, and then go for a second lap, still doing that warm-up, and then we're gonna do that reverse lunge with that reach and touch hamstring, reach and touch, and then we'll go into the routine, which will be displayed now. Okay, all right, so 2 dynamic moves and one core move. And I think we broke it up last week. We did a dynamic move, and then we did a core, then dynamic, and then we had that kind of alternation happening. Okay, so with that with the first move here, we'll keep it pretty simple. So everything is let me say this. So the exercises have been pretty similar, and I want to try to keep them that way. Just let me know they're going to be pretty similar, and I'll probably try to mix up 9 exercises that we've already done within this month. So last week's exercises and this week's exercises, and try to mix all of those up the same way, and then just create a different effort to be completed with those exercises. But if y'all want more variety in those exercises, just post it to me. Let me know. Say, we're done with those exercises. Let's move on, and we'll do that. I'm just making sure that we don't have any or trying to do things without any shoulder, really shoulder focus, so that there's no extra additional stress on shoulders, just so that the sunshine kid can recover. But at any rate, I do want to have our first exercise is going to be something that kind of like jumping jack type movement with a clap, and that intention is to kind of mobilize the muscle and kind of to break up some things in there. It will work your shoulder some, but hopefully in a way to where you're kind of moving that scar tissue around. But anyway, your body work session should help get rid of some of that as well. But anyway, here we go. So keeping things pretty similar. This might be a little bit different just because it's a different move. So split jack with a clap. So I really want this clap back and clap overhead. So down and up with this split jack move, kind of Pee Wee Herman-ish with my effort. So 30 seconds. So you're counting and you're clapping both ways, up and down, and that will give you a little bit of elevation of the heart rate. All right, so coming down after that 30 seconds, we'll go to our ab exercise. So our ab exercise is going to look like this. Pretty easy oblique movement. So we'll get an oblique pike and an accordion move here. And so this may be bothersome for the upper body or shoulders. So laying down here could be a modification or a successful option. But here we go anyway. So I have a knee tuck, I'm down, and I have a pike. So our focus is obliques here. So knee tuck, pike. Knee tuck, pike. All right, knee tuck. So I have 30 seconds, so I want to kind of go into it as if I want to get 30 reps, you know, a rep per second. So that's my effort. Keep that in mind. So that's the effort you want to make as you go into the 30-second drill here. Okay, so coming back up to our power move, and what we're going to transition to is this. It's kind of like these hero 180s. So we did some 180s last week, I believe, with both feet. We're going to do it from the hero position. Dun, dun, dun. So from here to here. Like so, all right? So those 180s, and I go right back to the top. So essentially, I come up against that other cardio move, or you can break it down and go back to that core move again. So option is yours. I'll be more specific next week, I think, if I remember. All right, so here we go. Let's get to the next pairings. And what we'll have here is something similar to, I think we had like lateral lunges last week, and I'm adding a jump with these lateral lunges. So what we're gonna do is this. Having your mat, we're gonna jump over to the side, jumping over your mat. Oh, excuse me, so after that first 3 rounds, now I take that lap again. One lap, and I'll do one of those dynamic, you know, that lunge, reach, extension, and coming up, or if y'all did it reverse lunge and extension coming up. Either way, reverse lunge, extension coming up, and I'll get about 30 of those, or 30 seconds of those. Five on right leg, 5 on left, 5 right, 5 left, until we get to that 30. So 15 each side. If that's our count that we were doing, I think it was. Not sure, but I want to still get that dynamic stretch occurring in between sets, and of course during the warm up. Okay, so anyway, so now fast forward. So I have a lateral jump with a vertical leap coming up top. So jumping over the width of the mat. So I'm over here touching down, and I'm straight up touching down every time. Lateral jump up. Like so. All right. 30 seconds there on that. And then we have these well diggers, or oil diggers, if you will. So we'll start from the up position, like so. I'll lie down on one side, my shoulder like that. Hamstring touch here, and the momentum of my leg swing will just bring me up, okay? And back. Like so. So 30 seconds per side. And of course those bilateral, those double sides will add to our time, but you know, we're trying to get through it, shorten the breaks in between sections, and that will kind of expedite time, so we control that little break. So after you do 3 exercises, 30 seconds or a minute, just so you can recover, you should need to. If you don't, then that means, you know what that means. All right, so we got that one move. So the third movement here is, the last movement will be a lateral lunge. And I know we did something with a lateral lunge last time. So a lateral lunge here, I'm gonna push off this leg, coming up here with a jump. So lateral lunge, jump. So I'm going on one side, lateral lunge, jump, like so. And now 30 seconds on the other side. And that'll be all 6 movements for this series. Oh, so that warm-up, we were doing, I believe, some kind of lateral thing there. So what I want us to do is kind of a windmill touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here. And I can count 30 reps consecutively. So I'm bending each leg, adductor stretch with hamstring stretch. All right, kind of get a little rotation with that core as I touch my shoe as I reach as far as I can over. So make it a concerted effort to either touch your shoe or wrap your hand all the way around your whole foot, just so that there's some specificity and not just momentum and movement occurring there. All right, cool. Peace.